Children might be, or even your grandchildren might be excited about the summer holidays. Your bank balance probably isn't. Parents are spending thousands to keep the kids entertained. So that sort of got us thinking, do you think that boredom is actually that bad? Do you think we do too much for
Do
them?
you know what? I have this argument with Mark all the time. He rang me the other day, actually, when it was wet. He said, I'm really worried. So he goes, I think Maddie's going to be bored in a minute. And I was like...
Preemptive boredom.
That doesn't matter. He has a panic about them getting bored. I actually think children don't get bored enough these days. Children have, you know, more busier social schedules than most of their parents, and clubs and this and that. And when I think back to when I was a kid with my sisters, you know, I'd go into the kitchen and I'd say, Mum, I'm bored. I couldn't be less interested. She wouldn't even look at me. And we'd be like, and we'd go back out of the kitchen. And then we'd sit and we'd get bored, we'd have a little row. And then usually we'd get up and we'd do something. We'd play a game, or we'd make up a show, or we'd do something. Because out of boredom, I think, then you get thinking, you get
Well, that's when
creative.
you use your imagination.
Yeah.
My mum was very similar. She always used to say, if I'd say I was bored, she'd go, well, that means you have a very tiny brain. I'd be like... So then I'd go off and think of something to do. But
Well, my mum used to say, you're not bored, you're boring.
Oh, yeah, my mum used to say that.
The only thing I will say is you can't say to kids, get out and go and play in the fields or the, you know, the park or, you know, down where I lived in the country and we used to go down to the river, all of us, and sit by the riverbed and have... You just can't do that anymore. That's the only thing I'll say.
Well, you can. You can
Well,
do that, but
I
we're too scared to, I think.
Too
a lot of the
scared.
time,
Too
you know?
scary, yeah.
But I think it's really important to let
be bored.
kids feel, you know, create things to do in their own
But on
time.
the other hand, I can see why it does end up costing that much, because, crikey, I mean, anything you want to do with the kids, it can seriously end up costing... Even going to the cinema.
6% in this survey of teenagers questioned said that their parents will spend £300 to £400 a week entertaining them.
I
And
can see
2%, £400 to £600 a week.
But how do
What
the
are they
teenagers
doing?
know? Because they don't have a clue how much anything costs. You take your kids to any kind of theme park, anywhere around the country, you've got a family of 4 or what have you.
Ends up costing
That's
hundreds.
not a week. That's just for that day. It's hundreds of pounds. It's really expensive.
But what can you do? You see, I always try and say to Ollie and Molly, what can we do that's not going to cost any money? And they go, what? No, I mean, let's think of what we can do. Let's go for a walk.
That's the problem, you see. You have to leave them to get bored on their own, and then they come up with something. That's what you have to do.
I'm going to try that.
Is it a couple of elastic bands and a pencil?
Yeah, but Ollie would flick that at Molly, you see, and then we'd have a riot.
I'm going to try what your mum did. I couldn't be less interested. I love that.